So I had to make some quick adjustments in my sermon to keep encouraging people to say, hey, we paid $22,000 down on it. We just have just a little more to go. We experienced great fun, though, in the process. By the way, all of you know that our acceleration campaign begins next Sunday, and I'm hoping to get 100 people that will dedicate $100 extra a month above their tithing for this process. I hope. And I'm going outside the church too. And that's kind of interesting because a fellow outside the church came in and said, listen, I want to give you $10,000 just to keep this church going. He's not a member here. He does not attend here. But he said, I don't want nothing to happen to this church. There seems to be something about this church that might be important to the world to know. And we have to take it by absolute indictment from the Lord that He wants us here. We raised some money. For a previous time in the history of the church, we had enough money to get started doing what God wanted us to do. And I have tried my very best to provide many solid reasons for rejoicing since I have been your pastor, and I'm going on 19 years. I keep telling you there's a reason for rejoicing. Maybe we didn't make all the money, and maybe sometimes we can't help as many as, and there's been times that we had to tell people that we could not help them more than once in a 3-month period because the overhead was too much. I think the church ought to be a place where we can do something. I don't think the government should do it all. I think the church ought to be a part of it. It's hard sometimes when, well, let me just go on. The mission of the church is to build, form, and sustain disciples. And the aim of a stewardship program is to change lives. It's not just about gathering the money. It is all about changing lives. And I think that this church has changed some lives. I believe that there's people that have come here and gave their heart to the Lord. We had a Christmas play, and we had 7, 8 on an evening come to the altar in a Christmas play.